Hi guys, Ike here from IkesOutdoors.com. Today we're going to be doing a bow review on the High Country Eliminator. This is High Country's target bow. This is a new bow for 2011-2012, and this is basically a longer axle Speed Pro or Supreme Pro. This has the mini trinary 2 cam on it. For me, I'm a shorter draw archer, and I've shot the larger trinary cam for years. I just wanted to try something new, so I got the smaller trinary cam on this one. It has Barnsdale limbs like all High Country bows do. It's got the Bowjack's equipped stuff on there. It's got a factory string stop that's been newly designed from what they had in past years, and looks really good. I really like the new string stop. It's also got a set of custom black and white strings on it that come factory on it. Those are real nice looking as well. Riser on this is machined very nice. This thing looks really good. No tooling marks on this whatsoever. The finish on this, the black finish on this, is excellent. I don't know if you guys can tell in this light, but it's a very dull, flat black finish, unlike some that have a little bit of gloss to them. So the riser looks excellent overall, and this is a very tough finish as well. I haven't had any problems with it coming off. Where my fixture or my accessories have gone on there, the limbs on this, on the one I've got, are a carbon fiber, black carbon fiber. The limb pockets are anodized gray, cams anodized gray, roller guard anodized gray, and then it's got this nice cool gray wood grip to it. So overall the bow is very, very eye appealing. It's just got a really nice look to it. The grip on this is pretty much the same grip that they've had on the old High Country, or the old Iron Mace and the Speed Pro. It's actually more reminiscent of the Speed Pro than the Iron Mace. Good feel to it, really sets in your hand really nice. So we're going to step up here and do some shooting with this, and we'll show you how well this thing performs. Okay, so I've got the mini trinary 2 cam system on there, and once again the grip really fits nice into my hand, fits really well. Draw cycle on it is really good. It's nice. I'm shooting 65 pounds, and it's a nice continuous pull, drops down into the valley nice, holds like a dream. You can see just a little bit of recoil on the shot. I'm shooting a really lightweight arrow, got no stabilizer on here, nothing like that. I've just got a rest and a set of sights, and that's it. So once again, nice continuous draw cycle, really feels good, settles in, and the bow holds at full draw. You know, you can hold the bow like this, and you really can't feel the balance and appreciate the balance that this bow has until you get it to full draw. So it holds really nice at full draw with no stabilizer or anything on it. And like I said about the draw cycle, it doesn't go down into the valley sharp and come out real sharp. It has a nice even flow down in and out of the valley. The back wall, I've adjusted these, I put these string stop or draw stops exactly where they're supposed to be from the factory, and it still has a really nice back wall to it. I didn't have to do any kind of adjusting to them at all. As far as creep with this bow, it does want to go a little bit, but it's not unmanageable, even at 65 pounds. It's got just such a good feel to it that it's not really unmanageable. What I like about it most is when you get it at full draw, it's just got a good feel to it. It doesn't feel like it wants to take off, which is very important for me for a competition style bow. This is one you can shoot all day long and not have any trouble with it. I mean, it's one, I'm shooting 65 pounds out of it. If I was going to shoot tournaments with it, I could probably shoot 65 pounds all day long with it. So, feels great in your hand. Draw cycle feels good. Vibrations very minimal. Sound, I mean, you can hear the sound. We're back here in this range at the old cabin shop, and the sound off this thing is very, very minimal with nothing on it. And it really has a good overall feel to this bow. In every aspect, from grip to draw cycle to shot. I mean, it really has everything you would want out of a competition bow. Just a really good feel to every aspect of it. Okay, so we've got a new program here we're using from Pro Chrono. This is their USB digital interface, Pro Chrono digital PC remote. And what this does is it gives us, not only does our chronograph always keeps track of the string, the number of shots, and the speed. But what this program does is gives us all the velocities and gives us all of the velocities in a chart. So what we've done here is we'll cover all this later in a review, but we've shot the High Country Supreme Pro Eliminator 12 times, and you can see we've got the string here of the velocities, and we also have our highest velocity is 271, our lowest velocity is 276, average velocity 268, extreme spread 4, and standard deviation is 1. So what that tells you is this bow is very, very consistent as far as the speed it's putting out. That is a good indication that the tuning on this bow is very good as well. Now the overall speeds that we've got out of the Supreme Pro, the Eliminator, is a little bit low. It should be, by my calculations, shooting about 280 with my setup, which is 65 pounds, 400 grain arrow, and a 27.5 inch draw. So we're a little bit on the low side of it. We would probably hit about 320 if we would set it up for IBO the way it is. But we also have the mini cam on there, and like I said, we're really not concerned too much with speed on this one because it's a target bow. It's not really a speed bow. So 268 is our average out of 12 shots, and that's not too bad. I'd like to see it a little bit higher than that. I'd like to see it up around that 275 to 280 mark, but 268 is our average, and that's pretty acceptable for a bow that's got a 37 inch axle to axle and a 8 inch brace height.
How did you do it last time?
Okay, so this is my group from 20 yards, and take into account I'm not a target shooter. I'm a deer hunter primarily. And you notice these aren't my arrows. My arrows are the Pink Arrow Project from Victory, but I don't have them with me. We're at the shop, so I'm using these gold tips, and they're shooting just a slight bit different than what my Victories are. So I'm not looking to be busting the X every time. What I'm looking for in this is consistency, and I've got that. You know, I've got 3 of them here that are right on top of each other, and then we got that little guy that I always tend to throw off. So 4 arrows, and 3 of them are touching, and 1 pretty close. That's a pretty good group from 20 yards for me. You know, you put this bow in the hands of a target shooter, and you're going to get a lot better results out of that. So that's the kind of groupage that I'm getting, pretty average, pretty much average group I'm getting with this bow from 20 yards. Okay, so that's the Supreme Pro Eliminator from High Country Archery. Definitely gets a seal of approval from me. I love High Country bows, and I really like this one. It's performed exactly like it's advertised to perform. The speeds on it were a little bit low. Should have had about 9 to 10 feet per second more on the speeds that we were getting. But for a target bow, you know, speeds don't really concern me too much. It is advertised to do that, so we kind of peg it a little bit there as far as not hitting the speeds that it was advertised to get. But overall performance on this, for what it's intended to do and be a target bow, it does that, and it does that excellently. Really feels great. Every part of this bow feels good. And the finish on it, overall look on this bow, I like a black bow, but this one looks sharp. I mean, I like the anodized gray and the limbs, and the way they've changed up the logo and the whole look of it. So it's definitely a winner in my book, and we'll put High Country's website right here. You can check this bow out and get more information on it. This is a 37 inch axle to axle bow, and it has an 8 inch brace height. So this is definitely a forgiving bow and one that's going to hold rock solid. So for more information on it, check this out at High Country's website. More product reviews, how-to videos, be sure to check out our website. That's ikesoutdoors.com. Appreciate you guys watching.